Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming to join me. I'm unsure what project I'm going to be doing next. I think I'm just going to work on a couple and make some ephemera, but I thought I'd show you what I've got. I've printed out Rachel's newest kit, and that's her tall Italian kit, and it's just beautiful. I love it. I love the papers in it. So all that I've done is printed the papers and put them together in no particular order, and I've used that as the cover, which seems to work. That's the one Rachel used for the cover as well, and I think it was the cover one. And it is quite stiff. I've backed it onto card, and then I've used one of Rachel's lovely rag paper pages in the middle, but I think I am going to put some fabric in there as well, and decorate the front. So that's where I've got to with that one. And that is tall. It is tall. That one is, the cover itself is about 12 inches tall, so I'm struggling to get that all on screen. And then the other one that I've printed off is Andrea Artymaze's French Blue kit, and I've printed those. I haven't printed on the back of those yet, but I've got those printed out, and that's another tall kit, and I would like to do that as well, but I think I might cut that one down and make it not quite so tall. So I want to have a go at that as well, but I'm still printing this one, printing on the backs, and there's lots of ephemera that Andrea does with hers as well, so I want to get all that cut out and ready to use. So I'll kind of bring you along with both of those, and then the other kit that I want to do is the Bourbon Rose kit from Amy, my friend Amy at Crafty Cat USA, but I haven't printed that one yet. I'm about at my I'm about at my print limit for this month already, so I can do a few more pages, but I don't want to start printing and then find I haven't got enough to finish, so we'll see where it goes. So what have I done in the meantime? Well, I've been trying to sort out my Rachel papers, Roxy Creations. So I've kind of got them in ephemera pages, wallpapery type, all sorts papers. I've got some papers that I've copied on the backs of. Got those. I've got the general journal papers, and I've got some backing papers. So I thought it would be useful for me to have them in some sort of order, in no particular order. I've been trying to sort my room out. I've kind of got a little bit messy with it. And I found all sorts that I'd been making and hadn't got any further with. So that's a double pocket. So that would be an extra, probably a side tuck. I don't think that would fit in there. No, it would be too big to go in a long, tall journal. So that will wait for, that's a Christmassy type one. That's the same sort of thing, but with Christmas papers. I'd like to make some more of these, but I don't think no, that wouldn't fit either. Oh, it might fit in as a kind of a front one though, mightn't it? So it could be a pocket and it would flip up. I might have to make one a little bit smaller than that, but that might well, I'm going to keep that with that because I think I've just convinced myself that I want to make something like that to go in there. I need to think about that one. This is a similar sort of thing with a flip up and then it flips out, so I've attached that to a window envelope. So I've got all sorts going on here. That would definitely fit in there. That's a tall, thin one. Journal cards, that wouldn't fit. I think they were going to be envelopes or flips. So, yeah. Once you start looking, you don't... I kind of bamboozle myself. I've got these cards, tags of Rachel's, and what I do at the end of a session is I will just back these with some plainer, just collage on the back and then cut them out, so they're always kind of laying on my desk ready to use. So I thought, what can I do? I'm just going to have a go at what we've got. There's some letters that just want cutting and folding, so I can do those anytime. So what we got, what can I do? These are part started, right? Get rid of those, chuck them over there. So I think it's useful if I'm using Rachel's papers to see what might fit in here that I've got. I've got this. It's just a leftover piece. So that could become a flip, couldn't it? Could become a flip and a tuck in there. So that might be nice to use in on one of these pages. So I think I might just start with that. I'm going to just start with that and see where I can go with it. So this is just something that I've had left over from when I've been making. I've asked you all how are you all? How are you all? This is just something I've got left over from when I've been making journals. And I must have folded it thinking, oh, that could be a flip or a tuck or it can be a something. But I would need to back it with something, wouldn't I? Because it's just plain white. That's not level, and I don't need as much of that. So I'm going to cut that off. So I would want to back it in something. And I'm not sure what. I think this paper's actually been used, or that design has been used in Rachel's new kit. Sorry, I just need to refer, because if I'm going to make it to go in here, it needs to fit, doesn't it? So that would fit nicely, not necessarily on that page, but that would be a flip, and then I could put a tocket. I can put a tocket on the back. So I think I might do that. And I think I might use this or this. Let me just take these edges off and see where this takes me. So kind of, this is just a kind of craft with Carol while she hasn't got to Scooby-Doo what she wants to do kind of video. Which way's the right way up? So that could be a pocket on there. If I wanted this to be a pocket, I would need to put that on there. I'm trying to think this through, folks. So when I flip it open, it would have that, and then that would be a pocket. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. Still thinking this through. This might not work. It might end horribly. But who knows? We'll give it a go. So all that I've got is a piece of leftover kit page, and I've folded that bit in. It might be useful if I checked if that's kind of level, and it's not. I didn't think it looked straight. So if I straighten that up, oh, it's not that bad actually. It's only a little bit out, look. I'm going to fold that bit back because I don't want to glue that at the moment. And I'm going to put some glue on the back of this. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm sorry if you can't. But I'm going to glue that. My glue's gone really mushy. And it's not because it's warm, believe me, folks. It ain't warm. That's going on there. And then I want to use kind of this paler, this turquoisey bit, I think. So I'm going to stick that on there. I'm going to stick that like that. Okay. And then I am going to trim this off. So I will definitely confuse myself. If I'm working on kits from different designers, I think what I'm going to do is put all of Rachel's bits in one box, and then as I cut out Andrea Artymaze's, I'm going to cut them out and put them in another box, and then I'm going to try and work on two together. So some days I'll do Andrea's and some days I'll do Rachel's, and we can have a laugh at how confused I get, because I will. And then that gives me that I can use. That would make a lovely pocket, wouldn't it? So that's what I'm trying to do, is use up these bits and pieces. Okay, now I haven't put any glue on this, so this bit will still fold like that. Not straight though, or not level. Not level at all. That's okay. I think I'm just gonna fold it like that, and then I'll cut that bit. That just needs leveling up, doesn't it? Let me level it up so that it's not throwing my eye out. So how are you all doing? What are you all working on? I am wanting to do, I would very much like to do an Alice in Wonderland journal. And I've wanted to do an Alice journal for a long time. I've got some lovely papers. I've got some lovely kit papers. And I am wanting to do it, but I keep putting off doing it. And then that will fold like that. And you'll see what I've got in a minute. So if I just go back to this, I think, or at least I think you might see what I've got. So if I was to put this on a page, it would be like that. That would flip out, and then that would be a tuck, but that's too big. I need it to be less than that. Otherwise I'm going to have difficulty getting anything out of it. That's enough room then to tuck that in there. Brilliant. So does that make sense? I don't know if I've made sense to you all. Can anybody see a pencil? So I want to cut this extra bit off. I'm going to actually make it a little bit smaller. And I'm not getting rid of that bit either. And then that will fold over there. So on the page it will be like that. That will flip out, and then there'll be a tuck spot here. So I think that will work nicely. So I just need to get this glued on. I don't know if I want to do any stitching of these at the moment. Just glue that down. And then I'm going to glue this. I might well do some stitching. I don't know, but I don't want to stitch while this glue's so soggy either. There we go. So this would stick 1, 2, 3 sides. Just trying to, because I've folded that now while it was wet. I've got a little bit sticking out there. So this would glue on 3 sides, and it will be a flip with a tuck underneath, and I think that will just be pretty. So there we've got the flip. That just needs inking a little bit, doesn't it? Because we don't want that white bit showing. Sort that out. So I may well want to stitch round it. I don't know, we'll see, but I want to put a notch in there when it's dry. So it's going to be a flip with a tuck, and I'm going to put that with the things that can go in that long tall journal, and see where we go with that. I thought about that as being a pocket, didn't I? It could actually be a tall, thin pocket. Shall we do that? Let's think about it. That could be a tall, thin pocket. It's not quite level, is it? If I level it up to that one. Do you know, you have a ruler and then you can't even cut a straight line. What's that about? So I would need to, again, if it was going to go in here, it could be a tall, thin pocket. I think this is the same kind of pattern. Can you see? There. That's the same pattern. So I could put that over there, couldn't I? Or I could put it opposite it. So I think I will do that as a tall pocket. Which way do I want it? Do I want it going that way or that way? I don't know. At the moment, I don't know. But I'm going to... I like to put bits on so that it makes the pocket easier to use putting things in and out of. And especially if it's going to be a tall, thin pocket. So I'm just putting some... Goodness me, I can't even fold things straight. Doing the edges. Okay. I think I've made a right pig's ear of that, as they say. Aren't sayings weird things? Right, let's just cut the extras. I think I want to add lace and things to that journal as well, but I haven't really thought about it. I've still got Sherlock Holmes in my mind, which was a completely different style of journal to this one. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get your head around starting something else. I think I want to do it that way. So that's going to be the top. There. And then that would be a pocket. On there, like that. So I think I would put it sort of centrally, like that. And then it would be a tuck going down in there. And I may well want to decorate that. I'm just thinking I've got some tracing paper here. It might be nice to put some tracing paper on there as a pocket. Or as a triangle, as a triangle, as a, I think I like that. I just caught that out the corner of my eye. So let's put a pocket on there. Let's just cut this level. Like that. And then that could be a pocket going over there. So I think what I want to do is I'm gonna fold this over like so, so that that's got a little bit of a gusset as well then. Straighten that up. don't think I want it as tall as that, but I want to put a fold at the bottom as well, don't I? So if I fold that up, how tall is that? Yep, I like that. So I guess this is just about using those scraps that you've got on your desk and just doing what comes to mind. Well, this, I don't know if I want to cut a notch in this. It's quite strong tracing paper, to be fair. That didn't stick down very well, Carol. There we go. And so that will go on there like so. And I'm going to stick it on the back. Like that. And then both pockets, I want to cut this a little bit shorter. Probably should have cut that shorter as well. So I'm just trim that little bit edge off there and off here. Get rid of that. Right, where are we? There, so that will be on the back. So then we've got a pocket there, and because I've folded it over, look, it makes it a little, you've got a bit more space to put something in. And I am thinking that I might like a Tracy label or something on there. Something collapsing, paid on note. That might be nice. Just wondering if, I don't think I've got many little flowers. They're going to be too much, aren't they? Too much. Too much. I don't think I've got little flowers. What does that look like? What do we think of that? If I was to put that on there. I might quite like that. Let me just have a rummage, folks, one moment. Okay, I've had a little think about it, and I think I'm going to put that on so you can still see that flower underneath. That's some of the lacy bits from Rachel's papers, and I think I like the bigger tag, so I think that's what I'm going to do on there. The flower just didn't feel right to me, so I'm not putting it on, basically. Save it for another day. I think that this glue sticks. It's okay. It goes a bit wrinkly if you get it too wet, doesn't it, tracing paper? Oh, gosh, a golly. My glue book's sticky already. Never good. There we go. Stick that on there. I am just wondering, I have got more. These are Tracy's labels from her sewing. I think it's a sewing. I just wondered if I had one that's got a different colour rather than the brown. I know I have, but you can never find them when you're looking for them, can you? Oh, here's one. Yep, I prefer that one. Or do I even prefer that one? I do. I think I like that colour there a little bit better. So that's going to go on there. My sticky book's too sticky. Have any of you used this kit of Rachel's? Or the one with Andrea's kit, the French blue? I do love to see how other people are using the kits. I think that's what I enjoyed so much about doing the Sherlock Holmes with Amy, is although we used the same kit, we came up with different ideas. So let's just check. I think that would fit nicely. I think that would fit very nicely. So I'm happy with that one. So I've got a couple of things that I could put in here, haven't I? Let's just scoot that on the floor. What else have I got? Got a nice piece of paper there. That might make a nice pocket as well. I'm just looking where I've put my scoreboard. Did anybody see? Oh dear. Lordy Lord. Let's see. I don't want to lose the bottom of that. So let's just fold that up there. Do you know, it might be useful if I actually measured the width of these 4 inches. So I guess if I'm putting a pocket on, I don't want it to be any bigger than about 3.5, do I? So if I fold that there, because you don't want it to interfere with where the signatures meet. And if I do another 1/2 inch just there, that should then fit. It's quite a little pocket though, isn't it, on there? But that's okay, because I could find something else to make a pocket above it. And I like it as a pocket, whether it gets used in this or not. I could add it to something else, couldn't I? It could become a pocket. I wonder if that's even level. Not quite. I thought it felt a bit wonky. So that could be a pocket. Just looking, I could do it as a pocket. They don't all have to be tall pockets, do they? In something like this. And it could have the owl coming out of the pocket. That might be quite nice. Shall I just have a look at that? So how big did we make that? It is about 3.5. So the owl wouldn't be able to be more than 3.5. Well, he'd fit in, wouldn't he? He would fit. Shall we just have a look? So if you put a tag that's quite big in a little pocket, it looks a bit top heavy, doesn't it? So again, this is just using the papers that I've got left over to make a pocket and a tag. Perhaps that needs to be a little bit smaller still. Oh, but he does look quite cute looking over there, doesn't he? So I think that would work. I'm going to make it a bit narrower. Do it at 3.25. And I'm just, oops, a daisy. I'll cut it at the top of the plant. Keep that bit, get rid of those bits. So that would be a pocket with a journal card in. I might want to make that, the journal card, a little bit, because I want him to peek over it. So I'd have to add something at the bottom of it, wouldn't I, to do that? But I think that would look quite nice. So I think I'm going to keep those two together and think about how I want to develop that a bit further. Sorry, I'm just looking at that. See, that would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Here we go. This is where we go down the rabbit hole of doing different things. So if I make that bit smaller, a bit narrower is what I mean. And then add that on there. I do think I like that. Just add some glue on it. I need to glue that down quite well, although I could stitch round this, which might be useful. What time are we on? 31 minutes. I'm going to leave a decent gap on either sides of those. And then that is 3.5, so I want it to be about 3.25. I do want it might be a bit wider. Oops, everything's stuck, isn't it? This is one of Rachel's bookend pages. I think it's called Bookends. Save that. And then when that goes in there like so, he's sitting that little bit taller because I've added that paper in the back. And he can still go on there. And I would probably cut a bit off the top and the bottom, but I think he looks really cute sticking out of there. So I think that's another one that will do. Okay, where are we at? 33 minutes. What else can we do? What else have I got? That might make a nice tall pocket. Not necessarily for this journal, but I think it would make a nice tall pocket. It means chopping off the butterfly. Sorry, butterfly. Don't look. But actually that butterfly, if I was to fussy cut him out, could be a moth. Because we don't like to waste little bits even, do we? I'm saving these little bits because I want to do something with envelopes. So I'll perhaps come back in another video and do that with you if you'd be interested. Let's just cut this little fella out. Because what I'm thinking, and I know thinking can be difficult, can be dangerous as well. Not that you really needed to see me fussy cut, did you? Sorry, folks. I'm nearly there. Fast forward if you don't want to see it. Let me just put that to the side a minute. What I'm thinking is this here could have that butterfly on that pocket there, and that owl is looking at the butterfly to eat for his dinner. How about that? And if I was going to do that, I could put that label. I like that. Yep. Sorry, I just saw it and thought of it and did it. Let's put the butterfly on first. Try and, since I've cut his little antennae out, I don't want to cut them off. But if he goes on there, a bit lower down, on there like that, and then I can put that under there. Oh, stuck, or not stuck. Like that. What can I squish it down with? My finger, because I've lost my little card. I've lost my little squishing card. Now, what do you think of that? So then we've got the owl looking at his dinner, and I like that. Okay, back to this. This can be a little pocket. Folding up the edges. I think this one will be too big to go in this tall thin journal, but I can put it in my box to be used when I do another of Rachel's kits as a normal size journal. And I think I'm going to make it so that it goes about there. There we go. Let's just cut these corners off so that it folds a little bit easier. Bit of an odd video, I suppose, this one, folks, but this is kind of, unless I'm making anything specific to show you, this is kind of what I do. I just go through the papers that I've got, have a look at them, see what I think, see what comes to me. You see, that makes a lovely pocket then, doesn't it? So it can be a pocket there. I could put some paper on the back to make it another, to cover the back so that it's a pocket, freestanding pocket is what I'm trying to say. But then what you could do is you could have it as a side tuck. So if I was going to do that, I would just need a piece of something to go in the back, and actually that fits just about perfectly, look. So I think I am going to do that. I'm going to do it so that it can be a tuck spot or something. So I'm just going to cut that. I was going to cut it with a pencil, but that's never going to work, is it? Cut that off there. Let's just close this top, because that's the top. And I am going to have it so that it's a side tuck, so you're not going to see the back of this. So I'm going to put that in there like that, except I'm going to do it that way around. to fold that and I'm just going to glue it down. Then that just strengthens that. Oh dear, got glue on there, look. Gosh. That just strengthens that back bit. Like that. And then what I'm going to do is line that up at the top. I'm looking for my glue. Here it is. And then this is going to go around the edge. On the 3 sides. That one. That one. And then close the pocket off. Like that. And then a circle punch. I should have one somewhere. Oh, it's right in front of my face. Like that. And then what I can do with that is glue it on 3 sides, and it can be a tuck there as well as a tuck spot there. So that can go in my done, ready for more journals. Okay. Done quite a bit. I have done quite a bit. So we've done the pocket, we've done that pocket, we've done this pocket, and we did this flip. So I've done 4 things in 40 minutes. So I hope you like what I've done, and I will catch you all next time. Bye bye.